Hey everybody, Tokasa here and welcome back to another My Hero Ultra Impact video. So today we are going to revisit Compress because it is essentially his anniversary since he has released. Right there where I am pointing, you will see the official release date. I believe it's the beginning of May. But yeah, a whole year since we've had Compress. And I just kind of wanted to revisit him just to show everybody that he is still the menacing, dominating, supportive unit that he is today. And yeah, without further ado, we're just going to hop in and I'm going to show you why Compress has had such a stranglehold on this game for so long. And I don't even mean to call him like the best unit in the entire game, but to be a year old and to be as good as he is, it is phenomenal. And I've kind of just built Team Cancer just to like amplify everything that he does, but so this is what we're going to run. So this works really well because Momo hides, Compress can hide himself, which obligates everybody to hit Seiji in the middle. When you hit Seiji when he does his one ability, he can turn everybody into meat. So he's also going to get a lot of shine here. But of course Compress is the main one we're going to focus on. So this is where I have my Compress. I have not grabbed any more dupes since he's came out. Just my basic route and piece route have been completed. And yeah, I don't really need to go over this, but I will for the sake of, you know, just being the year Annie. But he is an insanely good unit. This plus ultra can do a bind to a single opponent for 2 turns. Action skill for the entire team is lowered by 1. Fantastic supportive capabilities right off the bat. Release illusion. I'm sure this is the one that everybody is aware of. The AoE, low chance my ass, binding ability. This right here is really where his like value skyrockets, right? If you were able to land this like triple, so it's like AoE attack that binds opponents for 2 turns, it changes the entire tides of the fight. Essentially, you can win the fight off just this, right? And just to top it all off, it decreases the defense of all opponents too. So not only are they rendered useless, but their armor is ripped off, right? So you get to do extra damage to them. It's such a broken ability. It's insane. Stock creation, hides an opponent, heals them for 20%, and gives damage reduction to the entire rotation by 30%, right? So even if you're just protecting a certain character and somebody like Seiji is now the main targeted, he's getting 30% damage reduction too. So he's able to withstand a lot more damage while having his meat lump capabilities. Once again, another ridiculous ability, right? Just because it does a supportive like damage reduction ability to the entire team on top of hiding somebody and regenerating their health. It's crazy. And if you thought that was enough, this guy decreases the speed of all opponent of heroes. 95% of this game is heroes, so that's pretty easy to get. And when you second or third in a successfully executed skill chain, decreases the skill impact of all opponents by 20% and crit rate by 20%. And then his last auto skill here, when you second or later again, increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 20%. Super, super good. And defense by 20% for 3 turns. So Compress, very good unit. I didn't have to go over his kit again, but I like to bring up why I think this unit is so dominant to this day. I'll probably play plus ultra animations this first fight, but after that I'm just gonna run through run through a bunch of PvP fights, because fights with this team don't tend to last too long. Compress is that powerful, right? He's just got too much disruption, he's got too much supportive capabilities, and yeah, a lot of debuffs to the team. Sorry, it's already off. He's just incredibly good. And you know what? We're gonna even try to make him the DPS for what we can anyways. So here, hopefully we can get the bind on either Bakugo or Deku. We do not. So, didn't get the most cancerous ability in the world to go, but we did get Meat Lump, right? Which is another ability that is just ridiculously broken, right? So this is the instances where I was just talking about why Seiji works so good beside Compress. I can hide Compress, Momo's is hiding, pretty much always, so they're obligated to hit Seiji. So just like how Bakugo and Ochako turned into meat, oh he turned Midori into meat lump anyways, but he would have had the chance to proc it there as well, right? So, I don't know. It really is just a ridiculous team. But yeah, as you're seeing there, Bakugo basically doing no damage to Seiji. 6,900 from Ochako, and I think 1,800 hits from Bakugo. That damage reduction from Compress has kicked in. The defense for 3 turns has kicked in at this point, right? There's the bind on Midoriya for 2 turns. Like, I don't need to do a bunch of fights with this unit to show you that he is still a absolute dominant, ridiculous unit to this day. I really don't. So we're actually going to do Seiji's AoE instead of like his meat lump ability here, because I see that Ochako has dodge, so I want to get rid of that. We're going to do right there and have a better chance of binding everybody. Unfortunately, we are 0-2 for the bind, so maybe low chance only applies to me. But when I fight Compress, it's every damn turn, so... we'll see. We'll see if the fights going forward will be the same situation. But yeah, right now, Compress hit himself, Momo's hiding, so they have to hit Seiji. And there goes Meat Lump again, so... this is a Compress showcase, but Seiji will probably steal the spotlight a few times. But look at that. That tanking is partially due to Compress's like capabilities, right? Just what he provides to the team is just so powerful. It is insane. Imagine if Seiji was UR, man. If he was a UR with UR stats, would be ridiculous. Because he also lowers the power, the speed of all Class 1A members by 30%. So him and Compress, 50% to Class 1A. Essentially no hope. And he's just trying to get rid of me. Alright, we've seen the Plus Ultra. It is pretty clean. I feel like the rock animation was used quite a bit during his time of release. But it's still pretty clean. I still like it. Let's see. Can we get the bind on the third run? We cannot, but we do KO, so I'll take that anyways. And unfortunately, Ochako, you will not survive here. I will just do 2 Plus Ultras just to clean up here. And me, though. Yeah, this team is ridiculous. I might even change it up a few fights throughout this video, just so it doesn't look like Seiji's also doing a lot of work. I really want to show what just Compress can do. So if we don't get a bunch of binds and Seiji keeps turning everybody into meat, I'll change up the team. But yeah, so far, the team is ridiculous. And yeah, as you can see, I'm not even thinking. I just see Class 1A members, and I target them. They're everywhere, right? They're pretty easy to find, especially with Compress. And, I'm sorry, just with how many Class 1As there are. The majority of the Impact Best units are Class 1A, right? Obviously, they're just the main characters of the show. Works great for Seiji and Compress, so I find it is the ultimate duo. Okay, so I don't need to do Body Metamorphosis with Seiji turn 1, because Compress can bind anyways, so there's no point in having a turn where they might not even attack anyways. We do get it on Ochako there, finally. So Ochako cannot do anything for 2 whole turns. As you can see, rendered useless, so we will just get this going. Maybe it's a turn without damage, and you could say that's, you know, not very great, but hey, for what it does, it is worth the trade-off, doing a little bit of damage all day, every day. So, Plus Ultras. And the nice thing, too, something I actually forgot to do when I created this team. Because Compress lowers action skill cooldown already, I actually can just run a speed memory on Momo. Because I already then I'll have 2 units lowering action skills cooldowns already, so a battle formation is not really necessary. Compress already lowers or gives more Plus Ultra gauge gain to the whole team, right? So I don't need that from strong battle formation either. So I can take it off, just put a nice speed memory on Momo and just pretty much permanently, you know, make my team the fastest team. Even with a level 100 Compress, even without dupes. He is more than okay here. So that is what we'll do. I think I'll do one more fight after this with this team, and then I'll hop into another, you know, variant. I'll probably just take out Seiji for like a heavier DPS, right? Maybe I'll run my own Celebration for Ochako, because she's also just one copy for me, no dupes into her whatsoever, and it's just such a valuable team. But yeah, it works really well for units that you want them to aim at, right? Like a really strong trio. Actually, I'll do the trio. I'm thinking in my head is what I'll run next. I don't know what. I'll just tell y'all. So it's full 100, right? Why that works so well is because you can hide full 100 for the first like little bit, right? Oh, as we get the bind there on Midoriya, beautiful. While he's building up to his persistence mode, right? Which is perfect. And then by the time he hits persistence, then I hide Compress and Momo. They all are forced to attack full 100, right? But when he's got persistence, he's invincible, so it doesn't even matter. So that's another really deadly team. Definitely one of full 100's best teams. And yeah, it's just another way that you can find Compress to be valuable. To be completely honest, you can just throw Compress on the team. You can just slap him on the team, and he is going to do his job. And as you can see, he does pretty damn good damage too. I just did 66k there. And remember, I'm not running any. My compress isn't duped up, right? I have him maxed out on both the basic route and the peace route, but that is it, right? So his debuff, his menacing abilities is more than enough, and it's having that extra little damage for what he is, only one dupe, is just icing on the cake, right? It is such a ridiculous team. Hey, we ranked up. Beautiful. So I'll do one more run with this team. I'm going to switch the memory up on Momo just to like solidify that I am the faster team here. 515k battle power. That's pretty damn good. But we are fighting Aizawa down here. That's also tempting. We'll fight Aizawa. I feel like this is a little bit more tricky team. So we can slap this on her because it's just a nice speed memory. This is this one here. You get this from USJ Shop for those that don't know it. Black Body Sebeth, good for speed. I have a really good DST roll on it too, so really good to do if you have like two solid units at lower active cooldown time. Anyways, let's hop in. This will be the final run I do with this team, then I'll swap out Seiji for a couple and then probably call it there. Like I said, compress, very straightforward. Not really much needs to be shown here. I guess the main thing I get to point out here is even with their like really quick team, very powerful team here, I should definitely be the faster team overall, just because obviously they're heroes, and 2 of them are class 1A, right? So I don't really have to worry about anything. Yeah, look at that, just 2 of them are faster. Yeah, let's just see if we can get the bind here. Not even rely on the meat lump. Never mind, we got all 3 meat lump. And none of them bound. Yeah, okay, Seiji. This is not your time to shine. I mean, you're looking good. You're looking good, but this was supposed to be Compress's showcase. And like I said, unless it's my compress, you should have a higher than low chance than, you'll have a higher chance than 30% to bind your whole team. I think it's only when you're fighting me, or when I'm using compress, I should say, is when 30% bind kicks in. But outside of my usage with compress, I don't know, it just feels like he lands it all the time. Wow, Seiji really stealing the show, huh? He bounded, he meat-lumped everybody. But we did see compress get it there, at least. Calm down, Seiji. This is compress spotlight. Alright, we'll do the AoE meat lump. Only got it on Momo. Can we land the bind? We do not land the bind. Alright, compress. You make me not... You're not looking too good here. But even outside of the bind, right? The damage reduction, the plus ultra gauge gain, as you're seeing, having no problem getting that whatsoever. The extra defense, damage reduction. When he hides himself, he's healing 20%, right? Oh, I looked away. I looked away. I did not click there. He's got so much going for him. He's just a ridiculous unit, which I've said like 300 times, but I don't know. Can't say it enough. Okay, I'll do a couple more fights without Seiji after this, just because his body metamorphosis proc is literally every time, other than that one attack right there. But then he did it right there, so yeah, this team's crazy, insane. It's just so powerful. I feel like this is one of my better climbing teams for sure. Like, imagine if I had some dupes in compress. I feel like there would never be a point to summon. We'll just pulse ultra here. And yeah, so the trio of Seiji, Compress, and Momo is absurd, but let's change it up a little bit. We'll throw on full 100, one of like the newer, more anticipated units that are really good out there, and just show you how he can really increase his value besides somebody like Compress. So, anybody here we want to fight? We'll fight Rose, because she has a little bit higher battle power. But this is a very good team too. Epic Bobby there. So, not much will change here. Basically, obviously, Seiji has a lot more disruption than full 100. But, all in all, it should still be like the same idea, the same plan, right? We just have to be a little bit more strategic with our hiding ability this time. So, basically, what we're doing here is protecting full 100 at all costs. That is the whole point of what Compress wants to do. Along with, you know, his binding, his defense lowering, his skill, action skill impact lowering, all the other great stuff he does. But the main thing we're doing here is protecting Deku. So instead of the bind, we can actually go just hide full 100 right off the bat. But since I'm confident now that Seiji's out of here, I feel like Compress is for sure gonna bind. I just feel like he was just letting Seiji have a little bit of love. And now you're gonna see him do what he always does, which is bind everybody. Compress, you're looking horrible. Maybe you're terrible. Get off my team. What's going on here? Okay, so As you can see, all the normals are going towards full 100. We do not want that, so let's hide him. They want to go after Compress, then so be it. I can live with that. He's going to have damage reduction. He has defense up because we got our action skill chains aligned, going second or later. So all these attacks should, well, Sue has piercing shot, but even then, 6,500, that is nothing. I can eat that up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, after this plus ultra, we only have to do one more action skill chain in a row, and then full 100 has his binding capabilities. Oh, we might actually lose Compress here. Yeah, we are going to lose Compress here, unfortunately. Damn, okay, Compress. But still, hiding Midoriya for that one turn still helps a lot. We didn't get hit by Sue's. Actually, we're going to give this to Midoriya. We didn't get hit by Sue's AoE, so... Oh, they're faster, too. Oh, we might be in a little bit of trouble here, actually. We'll see. We'll see in a sec, because that's going to do a lot of damage, yeah. Sue is actually a little bit of a problem here. But now, he was hidden for those few turns, right, before Compress got KO'd. Now he's got his persistence, and now Deku is just going to do Deku things. He is going to start cranking out a ridiculous amount of damage. So, even though Compress got KO'd here, he let Deku be protected for those few turns, and now full 100 can just do whatever he wants, right? Because he is invincible, and if they want to take it or target him, right, then they are just going to continuously make him stronger and stronger because he's invincible, literally invincible. And he's not like other persistence characters where it relies on a certain amount of turns. Max damage, by the way. It matters on how many times he's attacked. So even if they bound him, if they stunned him, it doesn't affect him at all, right? Because he can just do normal attacks. So no problem here for full 100, just to clean up. I honestly believe so. Pretty good damage from Sue, but like I said, in the long run, it will not matter. Full 100 has been released. And yeah, as you can see, he is just tearing through everybody at this point, right? Oh, we're still going for Momo. I figured they were both hiding, so we could go for either or, but doesn't matter. Full 100 will deal with her pretty quickly. Nice try doing a little bit of damage, but look at that. Look at, man, full 100 is so dumb. Such a dumb character. Yeah, that's cute. That is very cute. Sue did some good damage there. Was able to get through my Compress, but still, even though he was KO'd, Compress did his job. That is the main thing I needed him to do. Protect full 100. And yeah, and once he did, he went off to the races. So Compress, still another thumbs up there. Let's see. Ooh, what do we want to fight this time? Todoroki? Let's do Todoroki here. Nakitsu, we will fight here. Same team. Like I said, I can just kind of throw anybody. Momo and Compress, you slap on anybody beside them and you're pretty much fine. It's just such a strong team, right? After this, who do I want to run? I guess I could just kind of pick and choose whoever I want to run beside them. It's just such a powerful duo. Alright, the goal for this here is just to bind the crap out of everybody. Let's see if we can get 2 characters bounded at once. I don't even care if that measure is there. Let's see if we can get it done. Double bind, as predicted. Even though Momo did get it off Todoroki, he still landed the 2-turn bind. Nejire cannot do anything. We hide Deku, protect him at all costs, so everybody has to attack Compress, as long as it's a single targeted attack, right? And yeah, damage reduction's up, defense is up. The boy's already feeling too strong. He's just so good, man. I can't imagine those that were lucky enough or just were massive Compress fans, not knowing what they were going to expect out of him, but still just went for dupes or UR plussed him, because y'all won. I can't imagine how good this unit is. Max dupes, right? Like, I just can't. Just what he would offer to the team is probably just out of this world. We're going to give the last stand to Deku now, and the crit and all and whatnot, because after this turn, he's going to have persistence anyways. I can hide Compress. He doesn't really need the max HP. I'd rather just give the extra HP to Deku. Or not HP, sorry, the crit rate up. So, that's why I did that. Because Compress can just hide himself right here. Outside of AoEs, of course. But even if they are AoEs, he's just going to regenerate 20% health after the turn. He's got 20, or is it 20% damage reduction? And he's got 30% defense, or vice versa, 30% damage reduction, 20% defense. It's too powerful, man. It's just too strong. It is way too strong. And yeah, now they all have to hit Midoriya, and I can just kind of do whatever I want. It's too powerful. It is way too powerful. You know what I'll do for a third one? I see Celebrations Todoroki over there. I'm gonna use Todoroki. I feel like that could be fun here. We'll do like the most annoying team to get through, right? We'll have 3 ways to lower action skill cooldowns for the whole team, because Celebrations Todoroki can do it with his barrier. And yeah, we'll just be menacing as hell. We will just be horrible to everybody. Because that is the whole point of Compress. And look at that. Momo can't do anything now. Max damage there. Oh, they got their full 100. Oh, I was not paying attention. We need to attack this Midoriya. We need to attack that Midoriya big time. I was not paying attention to who we were fighting. I think he was only here for 1 turn. He's got barrier, so it's going to be voided. But you got to hit him. So a little bit more damage. 27k. We still have our full 100. So hopefully we can take him out here with the plus ultras. That would be most ideal, which we do, so we don't have to deal with the other full 100. We get rid of Todoroki. We lose our full 100 Deku finally, because 20,000 turns have passed and all of his attacks have happened. So we'll just have Compressed clear the board here and take out Momo. But yeah, as you can see, it's very easy to use this character. He's just so powerful, right? We'll hide Compress, because why not? This turn might not do any damage, but at this point it don't matter. It really does not matter. Momo's not going to be able to get the W here, so... Throw out some plus ultras and call it a day. And yeah, that's just the power of Compress, man. He's just so good. He's so good. I'm excited to do a League of Villain revisit too, because Shigaraki, his year anniversary, I think, is the beginning of next month, so I'll definitely do a Compress and Shigaraki showcase, where I'll probably just do a whole League of Villain team. But yeah. Compressed by himself, it's just utterly ridiculous. Ridiculous. We'll finish with the secret battle. Instead of full 100, let's have some fun. Let's rock. Who do we want to run down here? Who do I want to run for fun? I know I said I was gonna. Oh, you know what? I'll stick to my word. We'll do Celebrations Todoroki. And yeah, we'll just call it a day after this. But yeah, ridiculous team. It's just absurd. Compress is an absurd unit. Just has so much to offer for the team. If you have him and you haven't leveled him up, I highly recommend doing that. He just provides too much, man. He's too powerful of a unit. We'll just keep the same trend. We will give everything to Compress. This is going to be so broken. We're going to have dodge. We're going to have barrier, damage reduction, defense. It's crazy. There's just no way we get hurt here. Oh, he binds our own. All right, I see. Enemy Compress over here. Since I don't care about action skill change right now, I'm just going to throw some normals out. I like to keep everything aligned, so that is what we'll do. We will hide Compress because Todoroki is pretty much invincible, so I have nothing to worry about here. He gives himself extra defense, right? MND characters, he gives defense, so... There is just literally no way they get through my team. I feel like this could be a 100-turn fight. I'm not even kidding. But that's okay with me. I feel like we will win this fight. I really do think that. Do we avoid the bind? We do avoid the bind. Really good for us. As you can see, after all their attacks, double AoEs, didn't do any damage to us. We now have barrier up, right? Todoroki loses it, but he's going to gain it back literally right here. He's going to apply barrier. Compress could once again bind the other two, which would be just ridiculous if he did. Oh, he does not. Imagine. This is so powerful, man. I have dodge, I have barrier, I have healing, I have everything, man. This team feels so annoying to fight. Like, I would hate to run into this as a defensive lineup. So once again, same thing. Yeah, this could be a 30-turn fight, honestly. But I honestly have no fear we're gonna lose. I feel like we're way too strong defensively. And if it comes down to a defensive fight, I feel like we're gonna win. Because yeah, there goes Bakugo. As Shigaraki, he's gonna dodge this, but this plus ultra from Todoroki. Never mind. I thought that was gonna hit a lot harder, but does not matter. So, yeah. See, this is the beauty too. Barrier is good for negating damage, but it doesn't like, you can still be affected by, you know, debuffs and crap, right? Like this, as you can see on Todoroki, who had barrier. It does not matter. It does not matter against, like, moves that can stun or paralyze or bind. Why? No idea, but it just doesn't. It just doesn't matter. Yeah, what a ridiculous team this is. It's a lot longer. Like, it's not a very DPS-orientated team, as you're seeing, so fights go on forever and ever, but it's ridiculously powerful. And yeah, Todoroki got out of his bind there because we KO'd Compress, who was, like, holding down the bind. If you're wondering why that happened. Triple plus Ultra again. And yeah, we're pretty much just slowly chipping away at this opponent here, and yeah, it's just too strong. That's all I got to say about this. This Compress as a unit is too insane to me. I feel like this AoE should have been nerfed a long time ago. I just don't think a 2-turn buff, or like a debuff, or like a status ailment debuff, you could say, or whatever, should be allowed in this game, unless you're like an Impact Fest unit. But for Compressed fans, League of Villain fans, y'all won with that character, for sure. I got nothing more to say. He didn't land the bind as much as probably you are used to him landing the bind, but even then, you saw everything that the character is able to do as a unit, right? He was able to bind, he was able to hide, HP, skill impact down, defense lowering of the other team. That last team there that I was using, you saw that we were just not getting hurt whatsoever. Compress is ridiculous. To this day, a year and like 10 days later, a year and 15 days later, this boy still, in my opinion, is easily top 5 in the game. He's got too much to offer, right? And honestly, he's just aging like fine wine. Like, I feel like his value increased when full 100 came out, because full 100 to me is a top 5 unit. And he needs to survive for the first 4 turns. It's his only real gimmick. Guess what this unit does? Exactly that. While debuffing, while supporting your team. I don't know, man. Compress, ridiculous. No more other words about him. You didn't even need to watch this video. I'm sure you probably just read the title and you're just like, yeah, he's gonna cook, because he did. He's just that damn good. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. We'll be back to the Star and Strike Marathon after this video, but just wanted to give a little bit of love to a unit I hate, Compress. I hate to fight him, love to use him because he's just so powerful. So, anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. We are hoping for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year to reach partnership. It would be the ultimate goal, so if you can help me out by hitting the red button down below, it would mean the world to me. If there's certain teams or builds and whatnot you want me to use, let me know down below. I always read the comments, so I would definitely check those out and try to run them if I can, if I have the resources and characters and whatnot. So anyways, thank you all for watching, and take care, and until the next one, Tokusa out.